Hi, what's going on, guys? It's KS Fight here, and I've been playing this game called Lootify for about 3-4 days. I don't remember the exact 4 days, yeah, about 4 days, and I got really addicted to it. But today, they made a horrible update in the morning that changed the way the game was played. So, to get into it, basically starting off, the update was with the money and the bosses. So as you can see, this guy isn't 100k anymore. Wait, let me get my mouth. This guy isn't 100k anymore, and the boss is like the boss's money is not as high as it used to be. This is due to them saying that because everybody was progressing too fast because of them. Which I totally understand of them wanting to slow things down, which is what somebody has said before, where they wanted to slow down the progress of people, so they don't get to end game or win or finish the game too quickly, which I totally understand. It's they want people to play the game longer, which is totally understandable. That's how they make most of the money from games like these, like RNG games. But the problem is they slowed it to an extreme. So now the secret boss only does 55k gold, and then as you saw, all the bosses just give 100% less gold than they used to give you. People argued, people who already have a lot of money and then grinded the gold before the update had come out where they nerf gold, they argue that they can just sell items and make a lot of money from selling items. But the thing to this is that to get an item is a 5% chance, and it goes down based on whatever boss you're trying to fight, and you're not making that much money from it. And there's also a cooldown that you have to think about that takes a long time for you to be able to fight the boss again, especially the secret boss, which I think is like an hour or two. I actually don't know, due to the fact that I actually cannot beat the secret boss. But that's such a big problem because selling items is fine and all, but no one wants to really sell good items like that, especially when you don't have them. So if you were to get them at the first time you get them, you probably wouldn't use them or wouldn't sell it, and it would take hours. Like, this is me with max gold blessing, and I'm using this, which gives me 20% gold boost, and I'm doing, wait one sec. So I'm getting a lot of gold, and I'm not using potions right now, but even with potions is still bad. And I'm pretty sure I got gold maxed out. Yeah, so it's kind of terrible, and it makes the game really slow. And the reason they're doing this realistically is that they want people to stay on the game longer, which brings them more money and more revenue, which is totally understandable. Then someone else had mentioned on the Discord server that they made the game more difficult, but what's the difficulty in it? Don't you guys find it more difficult fighting bosses and getting high rewards from fighting the bosses, or sitting and staying AFK looking at your screen constantly roll like if you were playing Souls RNG? In my opinion, fighting bosses with high rewards is way better. So I'm gonna explain how they could fix this update and make it better. So first off, to explain how they could fix it, I'm gonna show a little clip of how people are farming bosses, or how people are doing farming bosses, and how they're making most of the money from bosses. So yeah, get ready for the clip. I'll come back when the clip is over. So as you guys can see, basically what just happened was me using the horse to be able to back up after every hit, and using a heavy weapon which has a lot of range, which makes it so I don't get hit as much from fighting these bosses. As you can see, I'm 500,000 power below the boss, so, and I was still able to win pretty easily with most of my health. I could do this with this guy too, which I'm way underpowered. I could do it right now and show you guys a clip, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm lazy. But I can basically do it with the next boss almost, but I die almost at the end, so but a little bit stronger, and I could also beat the secret boss if I had a little bit more health. Point is that the horses made it OP to fight bosses, because you usually wouldn't get hit and will be able to beat these bosses before you were even at the required level or the recommended power level to fight them in. And now I'm gonna explain, this section is to explain how they could fix this update and make it into a way better update and improve on the difficulty of the game and making people stay longer and play for longer. The way they could do this is by making the bosses a little bit more difficult, in the sense of keeping the same power level recommendation, keeping the same damage, keeping the same health, everything, but removing the ability to use mounts inside bosses will make the bosses way more difficult. I'm gonna show you guys another clip of me fighting the maroon cavalier without the horse, and I'm gonna show you guys the results of it. So yeah, I'll be right back. As you guys can see, I got completely smacked. They destroyed my shit, and you can argue I did a little bit bad, which I kinda did. I fucked up my dodges, but in the end of the day, they destroyed my shit. So that's a humongous like buff when you can use the horse. And personally, if they just remove the ability to use the horse, it will make the bosses way stronger and way harder to do, making it harder for people to get money. But instead of just nerfing money completely and making it basically almost impossible to get money, which is still possible, by the way, you can just sell items like I said before, but it's way harder to do, takes a lot of time, and you're gonna spend most of your time just rolling items over and over again until you get a good item which you can sell. Anyways guys, before I head out, I want to show a screenshot of how the developers are handling this, and I want to talk about it. So as you guys can see on the screenshot, the developers, the way they're handling this is, which is kind of sad and disappointing to see how they're handling this, is by launching a controversial update and having their staff deal with the backlash. Every developer or every person that's known to be a developer for the game who worked on the update and helped on the update decided to leave or appear offline, and they also hated the fact that developers making like admins who aren't part of the development team seem like they're the developers, you know. The way you can tell this is by apparently knowing that the developers can't barely speak English, and based on what the mod I was talking to said, they can't speak English that well, and some of the admin aren't developers. Not every admin is a developer apparently, but I have no confirmation on that. Either way, as it seems to me, or I have confirmation of the fact that they left and appear offline, leaving the moderators and staff to deal with the backlash. Anyways guys, I appreciate everybody watching this video. Thank y'all for watching, subscribe and like, and hopefully the next video is me talking about how they made the game better and the update, and they fixed this update. Anyways, see you guys and take care.